Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
And I'm Jaja.
Happy New Year, everyone. We're back after our brief holiday hiatus. We're ready to start the new year with new content and new stuff. How are you guys?
I'm good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. 2022 is here.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope you guys brought into 2022 with a bang.
I brought in
And some
2022. Yes.
No.
In my home, but it's cool.
I was making a joke because what I've been hearing is that everyone spent the New Year's at home. Either some people made it to 12, some people shouldn't, some people didn't. I'm not shouldn't.
I almost didn't, but
I know I called my mom at 12 and she was like in bed.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I didn't do anything. So that was fun. But it's cool. COVID's raging again. So I'm just, I'm good.
But we haven't been here since Christmas too. So
yeah, I know. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Christmas, I spent quarantined also because I was exposed to COVID and it took 5 days to get a rapid test back. So fun. It's fine.
Supposedly you only have to quarantine for 5 days now. So
yeah, I know. Supposedly.
that Omicron boy.
Yeah, I know. It was fine though. Me and my boyfriend were quarantined together because we were both exposed. So it wasn't terrible. I just didn't really get to see my family because I didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah.
But COVID's crazy. We waited online for 5 hours for a test. It was on Christmas Eve. And we didn't get the results back. We didn't get the results back for 4 days. So it was nuts. But how was your guys' Christmas and New Year's? Hopefully better than mine.
oh yeah, not too much different.
Really? Didn't you? Wait. Uh-huh. Oh, also.
Yeah, I happened to be in Portugal, but I was still taking it COVID friendly.
That sounds fun. So, how was it?
It was nice. So they actually they have a really good grip on the pandemic over there. So at different restaurants and stuff, you have to at minimum show your vaccination card, and then some places you have to show a test within the same 24 hours that you tested negative. So they won't even let you in. And then if you don't have a test, they have another area that you can go to take a rapid test. So they have rapid tests available, and then you can take the rapid test there, show them a negative result, and then they'll let you sit down. So it's actually, they got a good grip on it. And then they have free testing all over the city. So those shipping container type of things. Well, maybe they're not shipping containers, but they're mobile testing sites. Those are totally free. There's lines, but it's free. You can get a free test. And then you can actually purchase take-home tests in the pharmacies and stuff like that. It was insane. So before I flew, I had to get a test. But scheduling a test here is nearly impossible. I don't know if you guys are into sneakers, but trying to get sneakers on the sneakers app that's what getting a test feels like now. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to pay for my test here before I left to get on the plane. So
really?
That was $150. I was absolutely sick. Not physically sick. I was mentally sick. Man, this is a lot of money to pay to take a single test.
Why did you have to pay?
That's robbery.
Yeah, so I couldn't find my CVS. I think they do it for free, but there were no appointments.
There are appointments.
Yeah. So finding an appointment was the tough part. So then I had to fork up the money. I eventually got one scheduled at this OBGYN place. I thought I was in the wrong place when I got there because it was OBGYN. I was there's no way these guys are doing a test. But yeah, I guess it's all hands on deck right now for testing. So yeah, I had to take that one. On the way back, I was able to get a rapid test. They send you the results through email. So they actually have this app that you can get all your testing results. You can store your vaccination card up there. It's really, really future
That's
friendly.
Cool.
I don't know what's going on here. I still got my paper vaccine card. But I think here you can get you can get a digital version if you once you get your booster, if they give you the QR code thing, you can upload it to Apple Wallet or whatever wallet you use on your phone. So hopefully if I do get if I'm able to get a booster shot, because I don't know what the schedule is looking like on that, but I can get the digital version so then I'll have a digital pass of it.
Yeah, in New York, there's some digital you can upload your card to an app, and then you can upload a picture of your ID to an app too, so that you can just show that. Instead of having to take your card out. So that's cool. But yeah, it's crazy. It's not good to know, but I guess testing is the same everywhere because like testing's like that here in New York too. Like you can't really get a test anywhere, or you either have to wait on an extremely long line or you have to wait a week. And by the time you get your results back, your COVID will be gone anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, and you'll feel better already. You'll be good by the time you get your results back. It's crazy, but I'm glad. It's good to know that you got to travel and have fun. And your birthday was also like, what was it last week?
Yep. So New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Happy belated.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
It.
Happy belated birthday to James. My brother's birthday is on New Year's Day. That's kind of cool, actually.
Oh, wow.
My stepdaughter's birthday is the 30th, and my dad is on the 30th.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Everybody's right in there.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to all of them.
Right.
Jaja, what about you? How have you been? How was your holiday?
Good. My holiday was pretty good. Especially Christmas more than New Year's. I was alone for New Year's. My girl was with family and I had to work, so I couldn't make it to get together. So, but for Christmas, I had people over. My girl cooked, and we had gifts for people who were coming over. We did like we were gonna do like a secret.
Oh wait, Jaja, you muted yourself, Jaja. Don't know how.
All right, I'm ready. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a story, I think.
Yes, you were. You were telling us about how your holiday was.
So yeah, my Christmas I spent with family. I had people over. My girl cooked. We exchanged gifts. We did like one of those fun little Secret Santa games. I don't know if you heard of. Have you ever heard of White Elephant?
Mm-hmm.
So we did that at my job, actually. And
oh, cool.
I'm skipping stories right now, but we were deciding which game to do that as a family, and we decided to do this game where you read a story, and it's like everyone told it a gift. So everyone in the game obviously bought a gift, and when you're reading the story, every time you hear the word left, you have to continuously pass the gift to the left, and it's like a hot potato type of thing. And then when you hear right, cool. You pass the gift to the right, and then wherever it ends, that's what gift you got. So that was pretty cool. It was a fun game. We had a lot of fun passing the gifts together around. And at my job, when we did the White Elephant, I actually got something pretty cool, which I'm going to show you guys right now. I got Goku.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Shooting a Kamehameha.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I also got gifted a couple Tamagotchis. I don't know if we were talking about Tamagotchis a couple episodes ago.
I have
one. I've been rocking with the Digimon Tamagotchi. Like
they have a Digimon
hardcore.
One? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this is old school.
Nice.
And then I had got my girl this one for talking about.
Is that the new digital one? Yeah, that's the new digital. Yeah.
That takes pictures. It's touchscreen. It's in color and all that. So that was fun.
That's cool. Have you turned on the Tamagotchi yet?
So I've been playing I played the Pac-Man one for a little bit, and then I started playing the Digimon one pretty heavy. And there's over 100 different Digimon you could get in them. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the one I should have
train them, battle them. You can copy them to different people, and you unlock different eggs to get more Digimon, and then you can make them fuse together at certain points. So I'm working on that right now.
How much is that? I should have got that one. That's the one I should have got.
It's $20.
I was so annoyed with my Tamagotchi. I only played with it for like an hour, and then it kept beeping at me, and I couldn't figure out how to turn the sound off. And I was like, I can't.
Which one? It was like the original Tamagotchi,
I think
the one that says Tamagotchi on it.
Yeah, I think so.
I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't figure out how to turn the sound off. It just kept beeping every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes overnight while I was asleep, and I'm just like, I can't do this. So I just let it die, and I haven't touched it.
They're pretty needy.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Especially for the Digimon one, because you have to. So the ones that I've been getting are the easy ones, which is you just take care of them, feed them, train them, and they evolve, right? But there's other ways you have to purposely make care mistakes to get them to evolve into certain things. So I would have to overfeed them 3 times to get them to evolve into something, or train them 0 to 15 times. You got to literally count how many times you train them. And then what's the other one that was, I forgot the other evolution requirement that was just okay. But oh no, you have to let them starve. Like sometimes you gotta let them starve for them to evolve into something that you want. So it's pretty cool. I'm going through it right now. I've hatched a couple, and I've had 2 die on me already. One because I left it at home while I went to work, and the other one I just had it for a long time, I guess. And he was like, "That's it." He conked out on me. So
Old age.
but it's pretty cool because you have it keeps a collection of all the Digimon that you've ever raised. So like you can copy it to a friend's device. If you ever get the Digimon that combines with that one, if you already have had it, it'll do the fusion. So it's pretty cool. I've been messing with the Tamagotchis a lot.
That sounds cool.
That was my Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds way better than the original
And
Tamagotchi. I should have got that.
another thing, I've been feeling like Santa Claus this Christmas. I've been like gifting people Game Pass Ultimate for 3 months. So
Where's my
Nice.
gifted Game Pass Ultimate for 3 months? Where's ours?
So
Wait. Did I am I back? I froze for a second. Am I
yeah,
back
you're
there?
back.
yeah, you're back.
Okay. I missed everything you said.
Okay, I said I was planning on coming on here and gifting you Game Pass, and
Wait, really?
James is getting. Yeah, you're gonna get 3 months of Game Pass on me.
Oh
So you
my
can try it
god.
Yeah,
Jaja?
Jaja Claus is here.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
so
much
James is
appreciated.
getting a Digimon Tamagotchi, so you can
Oh,
train up
wow.
his Digimon.
Yeah,
James, you have
let's
to
see
tell
if I
us.
can keep it
Yeah.
alive.
You have to tell us how you like the Digimon Tamagotchi.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
take
for
it
sure.
because I just got I got myself an iPad Pro for Christmas. So
Oh, nice.
I can then use that to play games on. I can connect my controller to the iPad. Well, actually
Yep.
no. But I can't play. Wait, but I can't play.
You
Can
can.
I?
You can.
Can I
You
use
Yeah,
should
my?
so I
be able
actually
to
did
connect
that.
your Bluetooth controller to the iPad, a PlayStation
No,
controller,
yeah,
Xbox.
but
any
can
Bluetooth.
I can use the PlayStation controller to play games
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Xbox.
Mhm.
Oh, amazing. Okay, perfect. So yeah,
That changes everything, right?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, and I'm just be playing games.
Listen, I do want to have I do want to have. I mean, this is leading on to our nerdy topics, but I do want to have a real conversation about the systems and like the timeline and how everything, like a real like system wars conversation. Because I don't know if you guys watched the Xbox On documentary that I sent to you guys.
Oh, I didn't watch it
not
yet,
yet.
but I was planning on watching it.
Okay.
I just forgot.
It's really, really, really good. And it made me go back and watch the history of every other system. And I think there's a conversation that needs to be had there. And why I thought of it is because I think the best thing that Sony has done is the controller. It's like that's one of the best things, innovative things they've done, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's why I could never get into Xbox, because I don't like the Xbox controller. Like, I don't like it at all. So if I can use
I still like the Xbox controller better. But
so if I can use my PlayStation controller to play Xbox games, then I'll be good. I'll be good.
Right.
So that's good. Thank you, Jaja. You're so generous.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. But I'll play some Halo.
Oh no, not that. I'm gonna be terrible. Okay, so that's a good segue into our nerdy. I know we talked about our regular lives, but what have you guys been up to?
I've watched, so I've been making a mission to watch some older anime shows that I probably missed out on. So the latest one I checked out was called Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
That sounds
It's like yeah, it's one of those old school, like 90s type, maybe early 2000s. It was, I thought it was garbage. I didn't even finish it. I don't know. The old school charm just isn't doing it for me. Like, you know how shows, like when they're older, they don't age well. It's one of those shows that didn't age well. So like the dialogue is kind of weird.
Okay.
The animation looks off.
What year?
Like,
what year did it
stuff
come out?
like Demon Slayer. It had to be like early 2000s. Let me check.
I feel like that sounds familiar.
Whenever you watching a new anime, James, you got to shoot me a text and let me know.
Gotcha. Okay, so it came out in 2006. I haven't checked out the new Shaman King yet, but I should do that this week. What else did I do? I watched the Gretzko.
Oh, you did?
Finished the latest season. Yeah.
Okay, but wait, how did you like it? How did you like it? I didn't really like this season.
Yeah, not as much compared to the previous seasons. It was, I mean, it was all right. There's some real life situations that I could see happening in different workplaces. I think tying it to too much to reality is kind of losing me. I was liking when
Really?
she was just going to the karaoke. I mean, yeah, to the
Yeah,
karaoke bars and
because
doing
she
her death
barely
metal.
went. She didn't even do karaoke this season. Like, not
Right.
really.
Yeah, other people were doing karaoke for real.
Yeah, so I didn't really like the season. I don't like what they do in the Haida. They can never just let him be happy. He's just always all
Yeah.
over the place. So I just kind of feel bad for him. But yeah, this season was like okay, but
Right.
yeah.
What else I do? Oh, Marvel Unlimited. I got a free like 30 days from T-Mobile for T-Mobile Tuesday. So I actually been reading Ironheart, the comic, just to get kind of familiar with the character. So far, I'm
Okay.
liking it a lot. Marvel Unlimited. I might end up paying for the subscription
You
because
should.
they have so many different
You should.
comics up there. Yeah, so I'll probably get more into that. I did rewatch Spider-Man 2. Probably actually that Monday after we recorded it, I think I went like the very next day and watched it again in the
Oh, you
theaters.
mean
So
oh, you
that was
mean
really good.
Spider-Man? You mean Far From Home? No Way Home?
Yeah,
Okay.
No Way Home. Which I think is coming to Disney Plus. Did you just put that in the rundown? It's coming to Disney Plus like this week.
This week it's coming to Disney Plus. Wait, it's coming to
Let me.
it's
I
coming.
don't know if it's coming. I don't know if it's coming this week because it has to make around a couple of different streaming services first before it gets to Disney Plus.
Yeah, let me not lie to you guys, but I think I seen a tweet that said it was, but then again, take every tweet with a grain of salt.
Right. But
Oh,
it is eventually coming to Disney Plus.
Is
mid
it
2023 at the earliest.
mid
Yeah.
2020? Mid 2020.
The article, right? Yeah, the article that I gave you, it has to go to like Netflix and then some other place, and then it's gonna be on some other place first, and then finally Disney.
Gotcha.
But none of the other Spider-Man movies. Okay, let's not get too much. We don't have to get too much into this now. But
yeah,
I feel like okay. What
derailed
else?
us.
Yeah,
What
it's
else?
weird. It's weird. It's
I watched Hawkeye, so I don't know if we want to talk about that.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, we can get into that in a bit. Yeah.
Oh, and then so you were actually just talking about this, so it's a super good segue. But so I was playing Xbox Cloud Gaming because I have the Game Pass Ultimate. So I use my iPad. I have an iPad Pro, and I use my PS5 controller. I just connect to the iPad, and then I was playing Halo Infinite on the like Xbox Cloud Gaming, which actually really works really well. So I don't get paid to say this, not directly at least, but yeah, Xbox Game Pass and cloud gaming is actually really, really game changing. No pun intended, but yeah, I like it a lot. If they had like once they release more games that I want to play up there, I think I'll be using it a whole lot more because like it was so convenient. Just like you just open up the website on your whatever browser and then like you can play the game. Just a little bit of lag, but I was just playing story mode on Halo, so like it's not like I needed very low ping or anything like that. But I mean, like it still looks good as it'll look on an iPad. So whatever kind of graphics you got up there, it'll look pretty good there. But yeah, there wasn't too much lag. Not much packet burst. I'm getting nerdy with the details here, but yeah, I mean, it looked like you're playing an Xbox game, just and the TV was your iPad. That's the best way I can describe it. And then I have my PS5 controller, so it's just convenient. I can just Bluetooth there. But yeah, Xbox Game Pass is definitely the way to go. And then cloud gaming combined with that is I think you'll enjoy your 3-month free pass. If you can find a game up there that you enjoy, you'll definitely enjoy having that Game Pass.
Oh yeah, I already know that I'm gonna enjoy it, especially that I'm just gonna take my controller and just be playing games on my iPad. I am. It's gonna be good. Thank you, Jaja. I appreciate it.
I love to hear my boy James preaching the gospel.
I guess
I'm definitely a believer now. So
I guess next week we're all going to be on here talking about what we were playing.
Listen, I'm telling you, the Microsoft is in a very good position to take over, to be the dominant gaming franchise, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you
watch that documentary. So I'll probably watch that today too.
Listen, I'm not even kidding you. Like, y'all are going to laugh at me when I say this, but I watched it 3 times, all 6 parts. It's like a 4-hour documentary. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, yo, this is amazing. And it just brought me back to my childhood and just like having that first Xbox and just like all the controversy around it, you know, Microsoft's coming out with a system, these nerds are coming out with a system. It's like, oh my God, it just brought me back to those times. And then it's like, it's like history's repeating itself, because what was happening around the Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1 era, when we switched from cartridges to CDs, is happening right now. We're switching from disc to digital. And it's like whoever knows whoever's like making that hardware at the time is in the best position to make the consoles, because as we all know, building the hardware is the most expensive part of the game development like business. So like Sony was in a good position because they were making hardware at the time and they were making compact CDs. So Nintendo and everybody was coming to them like, yo, let me use your CD. So, but it's interesting. You guys should watch it.
No,
definitely.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm working from home again, back to working from home, so I have a lot more free time to do stuff. So I'll definitely watch it. So yeah.
Look at this thing beeping right now. It's beeping at me because it pooped all over the screen, and now it's acting like it's hurt from the
poop. So wait, John. Okay, so while you're taking care of that, I'll go next, I guess. Wait, James, were you done, or did you have anything else?
Yeah, that was it. Well, I got Switch, like the upgraded Switch online, so I got access to the Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo system. But I haven't played any of those yet. But once I do, I'll let you guys know how it is.
Nice. All right. So what have I? So I have now seen Spider-Man. I have now seen Spider-Man No Way Home 3 times. I went. I said I didn't do anything on New Year's Eve, but I did go to the movies again. I went to the movies on New Year's Eve to see it again, and then I just saw it again last night. So yeah, I've seen it a total of 3 times. When I saw it yesterday, I was getting very annoyed by the people that were sitting next to me because they kept getting Andrew Garfield confused with James Franco. They kept saying like, oh, they were like, oh, that's the guy's son. That's the guy's son. And I really wanted to tell them to just shut up because like they just sounded,
wow.
I was just like, ugh. And like, I went to Regal yesterday and I have to say that Regal kind of sucks in comparison to AMC. All the seats are so close together and they don't recline. And they're just like, there were like 2 people on the left of us and then 2 people on the right of us. And I just felt like everyone was so close to me. So I just kept hearing their stupid comments about how Andrew Garfield is James Franco, like right in my ear. And I'm just like, shut up. It was annoying me. But yes, I've seen it. Each time I've seen it, I caught stuff that I didn't catch before, which I wish I would have wrote down because I don't remember what it was that I caught. But I kept noticing things that I didn't see the time I saw it. So yeah, that's probably my last time going to the theaters to see it. But I did see it 3 times. And then what else did I do? I got an iPad for Christmas, an iPad Pro. So I'm on my boyfriend's Marvel Unlimited subscription. So I've also been reading a lot of comics. I've been reading Champions, which is like another, it's not the Young Avengers, it's like another team. Kamala Khan.
Ironheart is in that, right?
Yeah, Ironheart is in Champions. Kamala Khan is in Champions. Miles Morales is in Champions also. And so is what's her name? Vivi? Vision's daughter is also in it. And there's oh my god, I'm forgetting everyone's name. The Amazing Hulk, the Awesome Hulk is in it. Which if no one's familiar, there's a kid who takes over the role of the Hulk after Bruce Banner. His name is Amadeus. He's Asian, so he's really cool. So I'm just now learning about him from reading those comments. So he's in it also, and like a few more people that I'm also forgetting. But I've been reading that. And that crosses over into a bunch of different comics as well. So I've been reading that Champions run. I've been reading Secret Empire, which is about how Captain America was secretly working for Hydra this whole time. So like, and now like Hydra, the country is in a Hydra state. So like, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've been, Marvel Unlimited is great. So James, I was gonna tell you, you should definitely pay for it. Cause like there's so much content on there. And then, you get to read so much cool stuff. So it's definitely worth paying for a subscription. You should definitely get a full one. So I've been reading a bunch of comics. What else have I been doing? I watched Hawkeye. Like it seems like forever ago now, but I forgot that was like right before Christmas that came on. So we didn't get to talk about the last episode. I've been meaning to watch Boba Fett because that started 2 weeks ago, but I have not watched any of Boba Fett yet. So I plan on doing that. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Jaja, what about you? What have you been up to?
Me, what have I've been video games. I've been playing One Piece, Pirate Warriors. Did you try that one, James?
No, I've been playing Halo the whole time.
It's pretty cool. I had to try it out, and then I saw Mafia 3 on sale for like $10, so I had to grab that. Played a couple minutes of that, and I have been playing Halo. It's awesome, but the online, I feel like the UI needs some work. Like I want to just play Team Slayer all day, and there's no option for that right now. You have to play like the playlist, and it's usually a lot of mission-based games. I don't mind Capture the Flag and Oddball and all that, but sometimes I just want Team Slayer. Like, give me Team Slayer.
I've been playing that Fiesta. I think it's Team Slayer the whole time, Fiesta, but it's random guns. So
I think. Oh, Fiesta, yeah. But they have the free for all. You can play free for all day. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching Young Justice still. Amazing, having fun with that. Obviously, I watched Xbox On Doc that you guys need to watch ASAP. I started yesterday. I watched a couple episodes of Yellow Jackets. Have y'all heard of that show on Showtime?
I heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I've been hearing a lot of like raving reviews about it, so decided to start it and watch it with my girl. And so we watched the first couple episodes. It's pretty interesting about like a girls' soccer team and their plane crashes in the woods and they have to survive for like until they get rescued. And the way it's filmed, it's like going back and forth from the present day and the past. And like there's like someone trying to investigate to find out what happened. And then it's showing what really happened at the same time. So
I'm about to say, why do these kids look like they're adults? Sorry, I'm looking at the show right now.
It goes back and forth. And like, I guess the first couple minutes, it shows hints at like cannibalism. So I guess they had to eat a girl to survive. And like,
ew.
I don't know. It looks like it's pretty interesting so far. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Or like Lost or, one of those type shows.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Lost type of thing.
I have been reading. Y'all are going to make me sign back up to Marvel Unlimited right now, but I've been reading some mangas. I used to read the Ultimate series on the Marvel Unlimited. I was going through all the Ultimate. I think that's the 616 universe.
Yeah.
Or 161 is the original, right? I'm not sure. I'm really rusty on my info. Sorry to all my hardcore comic fans. They're gonna be like, you don't know which universe is which. But I've been reading Tokyo Revengers. Okay. There's another big battle that just concluded, and I'm just like, every time I'm just like, okay, how can this anime get better? Manga, and it just got better. Something happened that shocked me. Now I'm just like, what is gonna happen next? So I'm really hyped for that. And I started Solo Leveling. Mm-hmm. It's been at the top of the power rankings in my app for like 3 years, and it's completed. So I'm like, I like completed manga. Let me just read this. And so far, it's pretty good. It's like a Sword Art Online type of premise. Trying to see where it goes from here.
Nice.
But that's my nerdy things.
One thing that I will say, I do prefer reading manga over like Marvel comics, just because it's all like the reading order is all over the place. You kind of have to like look up what the reading order is of a certain thing, because it goes to like, you're reading one thing and then it branches off into like a different run of something else. And then like you have to figure out which order to read it in. And then Marvel Unlimited doesn't have everything. So it's kind of annoying when I'm trying to build a reading order of something that I want to read and they're missing like something that I need to read. So like, that's very annoying. That's the one downside. But I still think it is 100% worth it to pay for. But
tons of content on that app. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So I guess let's get. This was mainly catch up time. It was good to catch up with you guys because I feel like we haven't recorded in forever. So I guess the first thing on this video game news is Sony's VR headset, which I noticed that the Oculus 2 was a really popular Christmas gift this year. I saw a lot of people got one, and it kind of makes me wish that I got one, but I didn't. But I kind of do want one though. Has anyone? Oh no, Jaja, you don't have a PlayStation. James, have you ever used Sony's VR headset?
No, but do you need a PlayStation to use the Facebook Oculus?
No, not the Oculus, but strictly about the Sony one. I was gonna ask James if he's ever used it. Have you ever used that?
Yeah, I've never used it.
Yeah, I definitely want to get an Oculus. Is like its own standing thing, right? Like you don't need to connect it to a. console? I don't know how it works.
Right, that's what I thought. It's just a VR headset that you connect to the internet, I guess.
So where do the games come from? Do they have their own store?
The apps. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
there's
like
an
a
app store.
marketplace.
Oh, okay. I might have to invest in that just because everyone.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about the Facebook Oculus, like, and the things they're trying to do with it, the whole metaverse. It's gonna be one of those things where you wake up, plug in your headset, you lay in bed all day, and you live in virtual life, probably something like that we used to see in the movies.
Yeah. Because how much does a Sony VR headset cost? I'm trying to compare the prices.
And it's funny because when one of the cryptocurrencies that I'm looking at is called Decentraland, and their coin is called Mana, and their whole thing is building a virtual world. Like people go on there and like buy plots of land, and they can build whatever they want on it as long as you know how to program. You can literally program whatever you want. The sky's the limit. You can build as tall as you want, but you have this little block of land, and depending on where the plot of land is on the grid is how valuable it is, how close it is to other valuable stuff and stuff like that. And I'm hearing the same things from this Facebook metaverse. Like I heard Snoop Dogg bought some property, and the property value went up for that area, and like they're trying to make a whole like different worlds in there, like where you can go just explore and stuff like that. So, and I heard like watching TV on it is one of the best things in the world. Like it's like watching 100 screen flat screen, like a movie theater screen, just like in your house.
Really?
Like I've heard it from a lot of people. Like a lot of they're like, you don't want to watch regular TV no more. You want to plug that thing in and watch just live TV because the screen is so big and it feels like you're in a theater.
That's cool. I definitely want one. I might invest in one. It's like, ooh. Well, for anyone that wants an Oculus, I know I'm going back and forth between Sony and Oculus, but it's like $299, but like for 128, but a 256 gig is like almost like $400 something dollars. So I don't know if you feel like shelling out that money, but I kind of want one because I feel like I'm being left out and I want to play virtual games. It seems like it's fun. But Sony's next VR headset is coming out soon. Don't know when, but that'll be in competition with the Oculus. But I don't know if
any price on it.
Is there? I don't think so. Hold on, let me just double check. I don't think that I don't remember seeing a price when I was reading it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one here.
But I guess
Holiday a good 2022 release.
Next year. No, I'll get an Oculus just because I like that you don't have to have it. It doesn't live to a console. You know what I mean? Like for a Sony, for Sony's headset, obviously you have to use it with your PlayStation. So it's just like, it's very limited. But the games might be better. So who knows? I don't know. I guess that's also something that you would have to do your research on. But yeah, we're about to be living in a virtual world between that and Oculus. And do you think Microsoft is going to make their own? We'll see. Probably.
We'll see.
I don't know. I think they're busy trying to take over the gaming world. Like they're literally like one of the things they say at the end of the documentary is like, with Game Pass and all this stuff coming out, their focus is trying to like get games into as many hands as possible. They don't care what system you're playing it on. And I think it's the opposite of what Sony's trying to do with the whole exclusives thing. And, with how many studios that they bought up, it's like they're going to benefit too, because I think some of the games won't be exclusives. Like Sony will get some of the games that Microsoft produces. So I like where they're headed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yep. For sure. I got to watch that documentary. You're making it sound so good. You're making it sound so enticing.
It's really
selling
good.
us.
I know.
I can't wait till you guys watch it because I have so much to say about it, but it's not going to make sense because you guys didn't watch it, obviously. So I give you a week or two before I have to like.
No, I'll watch it this week. I swear. I know I say that a lot, and then I don't watch it. But I'll watch it this week.
And I don't want to be just biased towards like the Microsoft and Xbox. Like watch history on Sony too, because I want to talk about that too, because like why they have their position in the market right now, and what they went through with Nintendo, which probably scarred them. That's why they so cutthroat in the industry, because Nintendo effed them in the beginning when they were trying to come out with their first system. I'll let you guys read up on that, but it's a pretty interesting history. Like
you should just send us all your reading materials.
With Sega fighting, like the United States Sega's fighting with the Japan Sega, and then Sony's fighting with Nintendo, and then then they're all trying to work together behind each other's back. It's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make a promise that I'll definitely watch the documentary this week. I will. I swear. I'm not just saying that. I have some time, so I'll do it. I swear. We'll see.
Don't make promises you can't keep now, Shannon.
No, I am. I'm gonna do it. All right. So Jaja, I'll let you talk about the Xbox story since you know about that.
So I see we have something here about them reactivating the dev mode on the Xbox Series S. The article I was reading said, I know they deactivated it. I don't know. I got to read this article about them reactivating it. But if you didn't know, on the Xbox Series S, you can buy like a developer's kit for like $20. And it's supposed to be meant to help people who are developing games for the Xbox. So if you plan on publishing a game, you could buy a developer tool set kit, and it's supposed to give you access to certain things for developers. One of the things you get access to is emulation. So you could have just emulated your Xbox Series S and have it run in every system from Genesis to PlayStation, So that was one of the cool things about the S. I was even thinking about getting an Xbox Series S just for the emulation alone, but it seems like it wasn't intended for that. So I think they deactivated it, but I would have to read this and see why they reactivated it. But
they said it was supposedly a mistake. Let's see. I'll just read this thing really quickly. So Microsoft has reportedly been. Am I breaking up again, or can you guys hear me?
No, you're good.
Okay. Microsoft has reportedly been disabling developer mode across access on various Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles. On January 4th, 2022, a thread on GBAtemp.com alerted the community using the program that a user has been locked out. This resulted in other dev mode activators checking and finding out basically that they had been kicked from the program. However, Jason Ronald, who's the director of Xbox program management, stated in a tweet that this was a maintenance mistake and that they're actively working on identifying and re-enabling disabled accounts. So it sounds like.
So I have to do some more research, but I think they're like the people who are using it just strictly for emulation, they're disabling those accounts. Like if you don't have any plans of publishing something on the store, they're disabling your account. But I'm reading something, they're saying they are reactivating accounts. I gotta do more research to find out the details, but it looks like if you just doing emulation, they really don't want you to be doing that, and they might disable your account. Hopefully not, because I think it's really cool.
In the same article, it says, according to the developer code, you have to be actively posting developed materials to the store and conducting similar activities to stay in good standing with dev mode. And you have to do that every 90 days or you risk being disabled. So,
okay, there we go.
Okay.
Stay in good standing and you'll keep your account.
But there are other ways to emulate on the Xbox Series S around the developer kit now. So they're telling everybody who is doing it for emulation to use the workaround.
Okay.
Not supporting emulation, own all your games, and if you download the ROMs, you should own them at home.
Whatever. Some of this is going right over my head. I have to. Why are you waiting? Some of this is going over my head, to be quite honest. But yeah.
Are you into emulation, Shannon?
Not really. Okay. Not really. But I know a fair amount about it. My boyfriend's into it, but I'm just like, whatever. I know what it is. I just don't use a lot of emulators. So, nor do I know how to install them. So.
Got you.
That's not where my tech savvy is.
It's like it's one of the easiest things in the world, and once you do it, you're gonna be like, oh, I can go back and play every game
Yeah, I
that
know.
I've ever owned.
I know. I know it's not hard. I just haven't looked into playing.
And like recently, there's like the companies coming out with hardware built to emulate on. So like some will do the illegal thing and put all the ROMs on there for you. You'll find a few with that. You'll find a few that come with games on there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like things that look like a Switch or like the new Microsoft Steam Deck or whatever they're making, like stuff like that can run literally anything.
Yeah.
And they're just built to be a portable emulator.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I had an emulator on my phone once when my phone was jailbroken at one point, but it's not anymore, so I don't have it. But yeah, I know that there are other ways to get it now. I just don't have one.
I mean, if you had a Droid, you wouldn't have to jailbreak anything. Just
I know.
So you know.
Yes, I know. All right. So E3 has canceled its show for 2022, and they have not let anybody know if there's going to be a digital show, which kind of sounds like there's not going to be. Hopefully not, though. We'll see. I look forward to E3 every year, so I hope that it's not canceled. They did a digital show last year, though, so I feel like it shouldn't really be a problem to pivot again to do a digital show. But maybe it's last minute because I know that they were planning on doing it in person.
But last year's E3, Sony did their own thing, right? Like they did State of Play or something like that, and then Nintendo has Nintendo Direct. So like E3 is really only Microsoft showing their stuff. I feel like I hate it. I want to see all three on the same day, kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
but I guess we'll just have to see. I highly doubt that they won't have a show, just because I feel like, especially since everyone else had their shows, like, well, not this year, but like.
Well, CES was this past week, Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, exactly.
All virtual.
Exactly.
I imagine they can do something similar.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. And I like it when it's digital because then I don't feel FOMO for not going. Because I've always said I want to go to E3, but
right.
You know,
listen, with the Oculus, you'll be able to go to any live event. I heard people talking about going to the basketball game with the Oculus. You feel like you're right there.
Oh man, Meta, give us the partnership.
Yes, Meta, sponsor us. Imagine, that'd be great. But I don't know.
Like I just pictured being on the Oculus at E3 and like going to a booth and playing the Xbox, like in the Oculus, like through the Oculus. That's crazy, right? Playing a video game in a virtual reality world. I mean, that's not far-fetched.
I feel like that's too many screens. You're in a virtual world playing another game in another. It's like a window.
It's happened. You ever played Shenmue? I think that's one of the first games to do it.
I've never played Shenmue, but I know people that are obsessed with that game, but I've never played it. So Ubisoft is bringing a subscription service to Xbox. Isn't Ubisoft? Didn't Ubisoft do something terrible? Oh yeah, it deleted. Yeah. Right. It deleted somebody's account. Right. And then all their stuff was gone. I remember that. So they're bringing a subscription service to Xbox, and you would have to pay for that in addition to Xbox Game Pass and like everything else. So I don't know. Do you guys think that this is going to do well? What are some popular games by Ubisoft?
I don't think you have to pay for their subscription with. Oh, it is.
You do.
Oh, wow.
It's separate.
Yeah. So they have like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Prince of Persia, Watch Dogs, Riders Republic, Immortals, Phoenix Rising. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but yeah, they have a pretty sizable catalog.
Yeah.
Oh, Rayman is Ubisoft as well. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, actually. But yeah, so you'll have to pay for that in addition. I feel like we have to pay for too many things now.
But this is confusing because it's saying that we're getting Rainbow Six Extraction day one. So like on Game Pass. So
oh yes, I did read that. I was gonna ask you about that. I'm not sure what that means.
Right. So I guess to get access to just Ubisoft's full range, like I don't understand the language right now, but I guess.
Maybe you're getting Rainbow Extraction on Game Pass as the one free game you're allowed to have. But then if you want to play other Ubisoft games, it's kind of like bait to reel you into their service.
I guess it's similar to the EA subscription thing they got going, but I don't really try to play EA games that much, so I don't know how it works. But I believe I have access to the EA library with my Game Pass too. I'm gonna check right now.
I'm surprised that EA doesn't make you pay separately. That's the one place that I would think would make you pay, just because they like to.
I think they try.
Of course they did. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah, EA Play. It's a whole different subscription.
Yeah, definitely. In this article, it looks like it'll be in addition to Game Pass, you can purchase Ubisoft Plus.
Which is, I mean,
extra money, $15 a month.
Yep. 15 bucks. Oh my God. How much is Game Pass?
But I'm looking EA Play. I got EA Play included with Ultimate, so I get access to the 90 games that EA has with my Ultimate. So I hope it works like that for Ubisoft, because that would be weird if it doesn't.
How much is the Game Pass now per month? Like $10?
It's like 15 for 3 months. So
okay. So another 15.
And it's kind of weird because Game Pass is different from Xbox Live Gold, except if you get the Game Pass Ultimate. Ultimate comes bundled with Xbox Live Gold, but I've been finding out that if you the people that I gifted the Game Pass to, I said sign up for $1 to get that first free month, so that you get 4 months of Game Pass. But if you didn't already have Xbox or Xbox Live Gold, you would have needed to get that to use the cloud service, because you need Xbox Live and Game Pass to use the cloud service, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So I have the Game Pass Ultimate. So yeah, $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. PC only Game Pass is $9 a month.
Okay.
And then console Game Pass is $9 a month. So with Ultimate, I guess you get $5 off because you get both of them, and Xbox Live.
And you get the cloud gaming.
Yep, and EA Play as well. So looks like Game Pass Ultimate is the best deal there if you go on that route.
Everything's so expensive. It's crazy.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
When you bundle everything together, you're paying for that. Then people who want to pay for Ubisoft, then you're also paying for all your streaming services. It's crazy.
$30 a month on gaming, and then your streaming services. Yeah, this is getting expensive.
It is. We'll see. So this comes out on Tuesday, but we're recording on Sunday, and today the second half of the last season of Attack on Titan starts. So guys, Attack
on Titan's back today.
Oh, I think that needs like a drum roll or something.
Put some graphics in
God.
here.
Yeah.
Have a Titan burst through the screen.
Ooh, I'm ready for the conclusion.
Special effects people, hit us up.
Are you ready for the uproar? Oh my God! Every week it's gonna be drama. Hopefully,
I was gonna.
They gotta jam pack these episodes.
As two people who have read the manga and finished it, what can we expect from this second half of the season? Without spoiling it.
Once they start, it's just not going to stop. You're going to be like, can you please slow down? I don't know what's going on. It's going to be so much action going on.
I already feel like that.
There's going to be a lot of like pulling your hair, like what the Eren? What's going on?
Everybody, you're going to be like, I don't like anybody in the show now.
And then at the end, you're just going to be disappointed. I'm sorry. But if it goes down like the manga, you're just going to be like, it's going to be some Game of Thrones stuff where it's like the show going up, and then.
Really?
They just pull the plug.
Well, you're not making me excited to watch it then. Oh, man.
Oh, it's good all the way to the end. It's great all the way. Like.
Until it's not, is what you're saying.
But when it's not, it's over. So it's done. Like, So everyone should watch it. So we can argue about if it's good or not.
Yeah, there are people that do like how it ended. So you may fall in that category of like, I like the ending. But me personally, it left more to be desired.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I'm going to watch it, but I already feel that way about the characters. I already don't like anybody. And I already am asking what's going on. I'm very confused, but I feel like we don't have time this week, but I feel like next week somebody needs to explain to me the history of the Eldian and Eldians and
You know, I would love to do that.
I don't understand it. I don't.
You know how long I've been wanting to do that?
He's got a presentation ready.
A PowerPoint.
We should have planned to do that this week. Maybe you could do that next week. I don't get it. I'm sure I'm not the only one because it's confusing. But yeah, we'll see. And I guess yeah, I'll make sure to watch it every week so that we can quickly recap it and talk about what's going on. So yeah. Moving on.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Moving on from that. The Boys season 3 is coming out in June. Seems so far from now. So I didn't really care about this announcement because it's like nowhere near here. But I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited for season 3. You guys watched The Boys, right?
Yeah, I didn't see the second season yet though. But the first season was good.
Wait, James, you don't watch The Boys at all?
No, I tried. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Nah.
Why? It's so good.
Yeah, wasn't that interesting to me.
Wait.
You know what I do like though? Invincible. I like Invincible, but The Boys, I don't know. It just didn't.
When you saw somebody literally run through somebody else, and all of their innards were splattered all over the place, you didn't find that compelling? that didn't rope you in?
That's sick.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That scene was pretty intense though. Like,
yeah, it was.
When I first saw it, I was just like, wait, there's no way he ran through her. But yeah. So wait, how far did you make it, James, in the show?
I think I stopped at like during the third episode.
The third episode is that when they had the invisible guy locked up?
I don't even remember what was going on. I was like,
oh man, no, because that was another scene that was like, there was a superhero that was invincible, but and he could turn himself invisible, so he was like invulnerable, and they were trying to find out how to kill him, and then they stuck the dynamite up his butt and blew him up from the inside.
Oh
yeah,
man,
no, I don't remember that. So
yeah.
Yeah,
so you didn't talk before that.
I think that was the second episode.
No, it wasn't. I think that happened like the 4th or 5th episode.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you don't like it, but yeah, I guess it's not for everyone. I guess, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Doctor, you gotta watch the second. You gotta hurry up and finish the second season.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. But you have time.
I don't. It just reminded me of I don't know why, but Peacemaker's out right now.
Yeah, it's out right now. That was so fast.
I think on HBO, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't really know if I want to watch that.
I've been seeing ads for it, but I didn't.
Been seeing a lot of commercials.
It was actually out.
Are you gonna watch it? It comes out.
Check it out.
On the 3rd. It comes out this week on the 13th.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Is that the day this podcast is out? Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna check it out.
Thursday. So it starts on Thursday on HBO Max. Yeah, I guess I'll watch it and see if I like it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I lost track of the rundown. What's next on the rundown, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to get back to it. There it is.
Marvel.
Oh,
the comics.
Marvel.
Release to the new Black Panther will be
in the comics. I doubt they're gonna go
in the
this route.
comics.
Yes. So in the comics, it's Storm, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not gonna go. We know that the movies are not gonna go that route at all, since Storm isn't even in the MCU yet.
Yeah, it would be a lot to make that happen.
Yeah. So now I'm still wondering who's gonna be Black Panther. If it's gonna be Shuri or not, who knows? I don't know. I heard that she was coming back to filming, and I don't know. But then I also heard a rumor that it might be M'Baku. So who knows? We'll see. I think that
we'll leave that theory there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. I don't. This movie I feel like is going through a lot, so I don't want to put any further speculation on it. Whatever. We'll just see. We'll just see in November what's happening. So Morbius was delayed until April. I was kind of bummed about that because I was looking forward to having something else Marvel related to watch like in a couple weeks, but now that got pushed, so now there's nothing for a couple months. So how do you guys feel? Are you guys like bummed about it? Or are you just like not, you don't really care?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to it for sure, but I guess I can wait till April.
I mean, that along with the Doctor Strange delay, it's like a double whammy. We're not getting that movie until May. And like, that's the move. That's the next big one.
Yeah. So. But I guess people are trying to be smart about their releases and trying to predict whether or not they're going to make as much money as they would like to if they released it now. You know, COVID cases are up. Maybe people are not going to the movies as much anymore. So we'll see.
I was going to say, we can't all be like 50 Cent and just release his shows back to back to back and have some out when the other one's on and just like, he don't give a crap. He just got, 50 Cent is killing it. He's killing it right now. Like, if you're into any of his shows, like, there's always something new on right now.
Yeah.
Going forward. So.
Yeah. My mom and my brother watch his shows. I just watch them in passing, like, as I see them watching it. But yeah, I know, like, it's always something else. I'm like, which one is this? And it's always something different. I'm like, but if it's working, if people are watching it, then I keep doing it, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just a little bummed just because I don't even know when the next Marvel thing is coming out now. Are there any shows coming out like before that? I don't think so.
Probably a show. I think, they snuck, I posted it in the chat. The Spider-Man, Daredevil 3-episode thing about a female Daredevil. I forget what it's called.
I thought that was a comic run. Is that a show or a comic run?
They said it was coming on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Okay. But I thought it was going to be a 3-episode show on Disney about the Daredevil, and it was going to be a female Daredevil. So I don't know what is it going to be, an MCU related thing? I don't know.
That's cool. So let me just quickly see when the next Marvel show is coming out. She-Hulk.
With this whole, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say just randomly, with the whole Tom Holland Spider-Man reboot, that show that's coming out, Spider-Man First Year. Like, do you think that's going to be closely related to him or another universe?
I feel like it's probably going to be another universe. I don't think it's going to be closely related to him at all. Yeah. That's just my theory, though. I could be wrong. I'm not even looking forward to that because what is it about, really? But I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, there's like no release date on any of the future shows. Like there's no set in stone release date. So I don't know when anything is coming out now. Yeah. So I guess
estimations.
Yeah, just estimation of 2022. So I guess we're just gonna have
everybody's renegotiating contracts.
I guess so. Well,
the Scarlett Johansson laws are in effect. I did hear a rumor that she's working on a movie as like a producer or something like that. Like possibly one of the next Captain America movies. She might be like one of the producers or directors or something like that.
I heard that too, but then I heard that the status of that is kind of unknown now since she sued Disney. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, if you're bummed out about not having anything Marvel related to watch the next couple of weeks, you can read some comics on Marvel Unlimited.
You can always watch The Batman.
Ugh.
The new trailer that they came out is actually a lot better than the first trailer.
Yeah,
it's a lot better.
I don't even know if I saw the new trailer, but
they came out with another trailer, but it's a lot better.
Well, I guess you could watch that's also coming out in April, so that's also a few months from now. So in the meantime, you could read a whole bunch.
April? I thought it was March. It's April. That's so far.
I'm pretty sure it's April. Let's see.
Well, you have Attack on Titan until then. Not Marvel comic, but it's good. It's heat.
Oh, it is March. I thought I got. Oh, well, never mind. That'll be out in March. So I guess you'll have. That's not that far from now. So I guess
unless it gets delayed,
like everything else. But I think that movie's. Yeah, I guess it depends on COVID. I guess. Yeah. So really quickly, Spider-Man crossed $1 billion at the box office. It hasn't even been out for a month yet, so that's super impressive. It's gonna be.
Tell us. No, go ahead.
It's Sony's highest grossing movie ever. So, Sony's never going to sell the rights to Spider-Man ever. And not after this. So we'll see. What were you about to say, Jaja?
I was going to say, tell us the opening weekend stats, because we were keeping track of that last week.
Oh, yeah.
Just compared to like the other openings, if it got close to Endgame, because that would be crazy in pandemic times to even get close to the number that one of those movies did.
Oh, sorry. I keep getting confused with the titles. No Way Home, Not Far From Home. Oops.
Spider-Man got a Billy.
All right.
That's pretty impressive.
So,
yep, I'm waiting on that Spider-Man game.
Okay, wait. Stop it. Oh my God. Skip. Okay. All right. So Sony has just their latest. Okay, so 260 million was the opening box office for the weekend. Infinity War's opening weekend was at 257. So it beat out Infinity War. I don't know. They don't talk about Endgame in here though. Let's see.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Endgame. Okay, so it's the third highest ever behind Endgame. So it hasn't beat Endgame yet, but it has beat Infinity War.
Did it beat Black Panther?
Let's see. Probably. Let me see.
So that means Endgame is second. What's first then?
I don't know. Hold on.
I think Black Panther's up there.
No, it probably is, but I don't know if it beat opening weekend numbers. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. So what did I say just now for Spider-Man? Spider-Man was 260. Okay, so Black Panther came in at 192.
Okay.
Friday through Sunday of its opening weekend. So it's still up there. But yeah, I don't know what number one is.
Sounds like it's Spider-Man.
So
it might be.
According to this Box Office Mojo, it says Avengers Endgame is number one at 357 million. Then No Way Home is second at 260 million.
Oh,
and Infinity War after that.
Look at that. Marvel is dominating, or I guess Marvel and Sony. But yeah, that makes sense to me. That lineup makes sense because they were all very highly anticipated.
You said you don't think Sony's gonna let Spider-Man go anytime soon or do any more collabs?
No, they'll do more collabs, but they'll never. I don't think they're ever gonna sell the rights to Spider-Man. Not after not after Spider-Man made them all that money. It's their highest grossing movie ever. So I wouldn't sell the rights to Spider-Man if I was Sony. Ever. Hold on to those.
Want that their hand in that pot forever.
Yeah, hold on to those rights and the next trilogy the next trilogy is going to be highly anticipated too. So, I doubt that they would ever. Maybe like way down the line, but like not right now.
Yeah, because they have 2 more Into the Spider-Verse coming at least.
Yeah. Yep. So
the theories are already starting.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And you were saying earlier that it's not coming Far From Home, No Way Home is not coming to Disney Plus until 2023, mid 2023.
Yeah, that's what I just saw when I looked it up.
I'm surprised.
But I didn't see a tweet that said like this week or something. So I mean, that person was obviously lying. But
yeah, I'm surprised it's even coming to Disney Plus because none of the other Spider-Man movies are on Disney Plus, and I don't think they ever were. So that's surprising that they're allowing that to happen.
Collab.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess because of the nature of the movie that they're probably letting that one go there, but we'll see. All right. Does anyone else have anything else before we close out for this episode?
Yeah, I do have a random movie suggestion. I forgot to mention. So, have you guys heard of Don't Look Up on Netflix?
Yes, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it was good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I suggest watching it. It's pretty funny. It's like a satire, so it's not like laugh track comedy. It's kind of like paying attention comedy. So, like it seems like it's not a funny movie the first like 10-15 minutes, but it's pretty funny. It's like it's a take on kind of the pandemic situation right now and how the world would react.
Yeah, I heard good things about it, so I'll probably give that a watch. I'm gonna watch it. I have a lot of things on my watch list for the next couple of weeks.
Well, you're working from home now, so
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone knows what that means.
Shannon go making promises to watch it and stuff
No,
like
no, but I'm not promising to watch it by next week. I'm just saying I'm going to watch it.
I'm just messing with you.
But yeah, I'll give that a watch. Jaja, do you have anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Well, as always, guys, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds, subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us an email at blerdsnerds@gmail.com, and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.